and Miller, and the lost cause, Nick Richards.
No music, as has become the calling card for Richards and Miller. So little respect and so little regard for pro wrestling and CWF Mid-Atlantic. They don't even come out to music. They don't even change their clothes.
And you still don't get it. You see, the two people that are about to come out here behind me, you can call exceptional. You can say they have great value to this company. They're valuable wrestlers to this company. Because both of them, they go to the gym and they train very, very hard because they strive to be the best. That's where they make the mistake. Because we don't strive to be the best. We strive to be dangerous. That's exactly what we are. That's exactly what you two are about to see.
Richards and Miller have absolutely been dangerous since forming this partnership back in May, but they have never faced opposition like they are up against right now. The Mid-Atlantic heavyweight champion, Arik Royal, has joined the cause here tonight. And look at the concentration on the face of Donnie Dollars. Look at the pride and the passion on the face of the Mid-Atlantic heavyweight champion. It is main event time. Cecil Scott, as the Mid-Atlantic champion, and Donnie Dollars are set for tag team action against this very dangerous duo. Miller, that DDT has put so many people on the shelf for months and months and months. Cecil, we could see anything happen in this main event contest.
Man, this is very, very explosive, very tense. And I'm thinking right now, the team of Arik Royal and Donnie Dollars would be very, very wise to not, I get the feeling they might get caught up in this almost apathetic attitude of Miller and Richards. They might think that might make this an easy victory. I think that works in actually the Richards team advantage.
In other words, everything that Richards was just talking about, that we've got two guys who strive to be the best, who strive to do well for the CWF fans, and if they think that these other two guys are scrubs because they don't, they are in for a very rude awakening as Donnie Dollars takes a shot at Richards. Richards was smart to avoid it. Donnie has been tormented by Richards ever since the destruction of Fatback Enterprises on March the 30th at Madness in Any Direction. When they finally went one-on-one on the 350th CWF event, it was the difference maker Jason Miller living up to his name in that contest as he helped Nick Richards survive. And Miller is not backing down from Donnie Dollars at all. Dollars not backing down from Miller.
Ooh, stiff side headlock takeover.
Donnie has been downright abused by Richards and Miller for about 2 months now. He has never had a partner as explosive, as intense, or as capable as the Mid-Atlantic champion Arik Royal. This is undeniably going to be Donnie's best shot to pay these guys back for everything that's happened to him, because it's finally 2-on-2 here in this main event matchup. You're not going to see Miller come from behind. You're not going to see Richards sneaking out of the shadows. It is 2-on-2 finally. A chance for Donnie Dollars and the Mid-Atlantic champion to not only shut these guys up, but hurt them the way that they've been hurting people for weeks and weeks and weeks now.
Right. And believe it or not, I'm feeling like the team of Miller and Richards might be the favorite in this, just because it's tough to beat a man that feels like he has nothing to lose.
You're 100% right there. That's the entire MO. Whoa, boy. Whoa, boy, the champ.
That's a power by Jason Miller.
Whoa, boy.
Whoa.
Sends Miller all the way in, tags in Richards. Richards gets taken down face first into the canvas. This is not what Richards and Miller wanted. You gotta think that they wanted the power man in there, at least with Arik Royal, if not both times. Richards is going to be best getting little sneaky opportunities in, and he's not going to get any cheap shots if he's stuck in that side headlock with 265 pounds of the Mid-Atlantic champion on top of him.
You're absolutely right. And correct me if I'm wrong, but is this the first time Arik Royal and Nick Richards have ever wrestled each other?
Back in the day, in Arik Royal's very first year as a pro, they met back when Fatback was still reviled by the fans. They met a series of times back in Arik Royal's first professional year. It's got to be the first time in 5 or 6 years they've been on opposing sides. Headlock takeover.
And I think Aric has actually done a very good job at taking these guys off of their game. He's actually making them try to fight his fire with fire.
Well, if there's one guy who has risen to the challenge here in CWF Mid-Atlantic in the last 12 months, it is Arik Royal. Going all the way through the Weber Cup tournament and winning it for the second time, cashing in his prize for winning a shot at the Mid-Atlantic title and capturing the gold at Battlecade. And then the last 7 months, Arik Royal, something like 12 or 13 title defenses in 7 months, unheard of from any Mid-Atlantic champion in the modern era. This is a guy who has risen to the task every single time, event after event, match after match, week after week. And I think you're right. I think he has succeeded where no one else has as far as being able to throw Richards and Miller off their game here. Richards and Miller are used to controlling the matchup. Pinfall here only got 2, and they have not been able to control Arik Royal at all. The champ is a bull in a china shop so far, and he has pretty much had his way with both these guys.
Yeah, he's coming out at 100 miles an hour here. If they have a game plan, it might be to try to make Arik Royal wear himself out. Something we've talked about many times in the past. If you can get past that first 10 minutes with Arik Royal, you've got a chance.
You know, I don't want to be presumptuous, but I really don't think the game plan of Miller and Richards has factored in at all thus far. I think they have been thrown off their game, and as you see Jason Miller deliberately slowing down the pace. No, Donnie's not going to let him, but Miller strikes first. They both swung. Miller struck first. Oh, boy.
Man, we got
duking it out here. Miller was trying to slow the pace down. Donnie is muscling Miller into the corner. Good Lord.
And
Flesh is colliding against flesh here, Cecil.
And Charles isn't even trying to get between these guys.
Oh, God. A vulgar display of violence between these two men.
Oh, man, the ring just moved there.
Good Lord, the intensity. When these two lock up, you can feel it in the building. You can hear the sound of flesh colliding, flesh and bone. The intensity when these two guys lock up is palpable in the Mid-Atlantic Sportatorium. You shove the Mid-Atlantic champion, he will shove you right back.
And then some. Trust me, I've shoved Arik Royal before, and the results usually aren't pretty.
Oh, side slam. Ooh. Great move from Dollars. First big offensive move of Dollars' run here. Right cover, only got 2.
Yeah, somebody had to finally try a wrestling move.
Yeah, slugging it out, you'll wear yourself out quicker than you will trying to wrestle, trying to control your breathing, trying to control your body movements. If you just stand there and slug it out, you're going to wear yourself out far quicker than if you can control the pace of the match, which has got to be what both guys are looking for. Swinging a miss from Dollars. Dollars has not connected with Nick Richards yet.
And Nick got a knee to the kidney of Donnie Dollars there.
DDT, oh boy, oh God, look at the power of Donnie Dollars. Great tag team maneuver as he sent Miller all the way back into his corner. Great tag team move from Donnie Dollars. Oh, that's the old fat bag move, that double palm strike. Only got a count of 1. We have really seen the toughness of Jason Miller come to light ever since he aligned himself with Richards. In the first couple of years of Miller's career, he was in some high stakes, important wrestling matches. He fought Ric Converse, he fought Jesse Ortega, but we have really seen the toughness of this kid in the last few months ever since aligning with Richards, and Richards is in the ring illegally, and Donnie finally got a hold of Richards.
Man, this thing has turned into a mess already. And I said at the... He went
neither man.
Lariat.
Oh, great use of the ropes. Great use of the ropes there from Miller. Great ring awareness and positioning, Cecil.
They finally kind of got their act together. And I said at the last event that I really feel like Jason Miller has finally reached the potential that we thought he had 3 years ago. Yeah, he got, kind of thrown from the frying pan to the fire right away in his first year in the business. And he's just now risen to that occasion.
Yeah, he absolutely was in some high-profile singles matches, but we've never seen this side of Miller. We have never seen just the fury and the rage that's in this guy. I don't know if it was always there or if it has just come to light in the last 7 months. We haven't touched on it yet in this contest, but before Jason Miller resurfaced in May, he spent 5 months on the shelf with a bad neck injury. A lot of us speculated that his career might be over. Oh, God, Donnie got a hold of Richards again. But we have seen the edge in Jason Miller ever since he came back, and Miller is going to take over as the legal man. Richards is not happy at all about the fact that he got caught by Donnie Dollars, slamming the champ here.
Look at the power. And I would tell you something about a streak of hatred like he has right now. It doesn't just come out of nowhere. Something like that simmers for years and years and years, and that makes it even worse when it finally comes out.
Richards trying to hold on to the momentum here against Arik Royal. The champ is so explosive. Great move from Richards, grabbing at the fingers, bending them backwards, making Arik Royal have to work even harder for that tag. Great move from Richards. Unorthodox, but it worked.
Some very old school techniques he's using here. Shades of the Destroyer back in the day. I like it.
Dropping all his weight on the back and the spine.
Nick needs to get his head, where it needs to be. He's about to
Champ is free. Champ is free.
He's about to get his clock clean.
Richards does not have the punching power that Miller has. He's going to have to do something. Raking at the face and the eyes. Charles Richardson putting a count on him. Great move from Richards, like it or not. He went to the eyes, the face, the nose, the mouth. Anywhere he could stick his fingers, he got him in on Arik Royal to get Royal back in the corner. He does not possess that punching power, that striking power that Jason Miller possesses. He has got to be more inventive and more just dirty and nasty to maintain control of the champ. Uh-oh.
And look at Miller just bow up.
Miller just took 2 shots to get 1 in.
He took that like a man.
Miller is stalking the champion. I don't think he wants to put Richards back in. He wants to get more to champ.
And Arik Royal desperately trying to get out of this corner. What a frantic fight this has been.
Where's the 5 count? Where is the 5 count between Richards and Miller? Uh-oh, double suplex here, heads up. Referee Charles is trying to break. Well, if they do this suplex now, they're going to land on the referee. Here we go. Oh, boy, no.
Eric's blocking it.
Champ's not going to let him have it. Champ is controlling both of his opponents right now. Royal needs to make a tag, though.
Oh, my God, what a lariat.
Oh, and Richards comes with the elbow drop. Tandem offense.
Did you see the sweat fly off of that lariat?
We are approaching a hot night here in the Sportatorium. During the summer, it can reach up to 90, 100 degrees in this building. And you can see the sweat fly, as you pointed out, Cecil.
And this is what we would consider a cool night here in the summer.
Yeah, undeniably, though.
10 minutes has expired. 10 minutes remain.
Undeniably, this is the hardest hitting matchup that we have seen all night.
And here's what's kind of crazy to me. At one point, Arik Royal and Nick Richards were the best of friends. These guys were really tight.
Royal was practically a member of Fatback at one point. Cradle from Richards. Richards looking to steal one from the champ here. Richards, despite his limitations, is wrestling smarter than I have ever seen him wrestle tonight. He knows he cannot throw strikes against the champion. He knows that's what he needs Miller for. But Richards has had every cheap shot, every opening, every little window that Richards has found, he has taken advantage of and tried to make the most of it. Richards and Miller may have finally found their groove as a team tonight here at No Excuses. And if they can knock off Donnie and the champion, that's going to be a major news story here in the Carolinas.
Yeah, that's a big victory if they can pull this off. And Arik Royal fighting back again, and he might have some space. And Richards, always like to drop the boxing references and things like that. He reminds me of Bernard Hopkins. He can't match up physically, so he finds another way.
It's been the key to this matchup so far. Richards and Miller working better as a team, and Richards finding a way to sneak in just like that. Kick to the kidneys, no finesse, no skill required. He just kicked a man in the kidneys, but it got the champ down.
And I've always felt like a smart wrestler has just as good of a chance as a fast wrestler or a strong wrestler.
Oh, God, kicked him right in the chest. Royal has taken a beating here, very uncharacteristic of the champ. Oh, kicked him right in the face.
This is not smart by Nick Richards. You can't keep going back to that.
Undeniably, the hardest hitting match of the night here. Oh, boy.
Exploder.
God darn the Exploder.
And this is Arik Royal's shot. He needs to make a tag.
Bad ring positioning, though. He's going to have to basically climb over or around Richards to get to the tag. Richards has got the referee.
All right, that was brilliant. The referee did not see the tag.
Donnie is in, but the ref did not see the tag. Richards, once again, I cannot say enough about Richards. He knew he wasn't strong enough to stop Arik, so he grabbed the smaller man and he manipulated the official. Like it or not, Richards and Miller have come together as a team here at No Excuses like no other night in the history of this duo.
And that's what makes him so dangerous. He is a lot smarter than you would think, and he doesn't care.
No,
he just does not care.
When I was Richards' manager as part of Fatback, I can't tell you how many times we would get to the back and he would be hurting from flinging himself off the top onto the floor, from trying to dive off a steel cage, from introducing chairs into the match. And I would tell Nick time after time after time, these are unnecessary chances. You don't have to do this. You're not wrestling smart. Even back then, when Richards was hearing the cheers of the fans, he was reckless. He did not care about his own body. So many times, Donnie, Corey, and I had to rein Richards in to keep him from going too far and potentially hurting himself. And now he's got nobody as that voice in his ear saying not to do that. So now we're in a situation where Richards is completely reckless, but thus far in this matchup, it has worked out for him.
Yes, so far it has. He's got somebody to, cash the checks that his mouth writes.
Oh, has Arik finally caught Richards in that corner? Got the foot.
Oh, he went for an enziguri.
Did not get it, though. Oh, God, he sent Richards into Miller.
Royal's got to make a tag now.
He found Donnie Dollars. Donnie is legal and the ref saw it. And Richards just threw Miller into the path of the rampaging Donnie Dollars. Richards escapes to the floor here. Donnie and Miller are going at it in center ring. Pump handle.
Nick wanted no part of Donnie Dollars.
Oh, God, he stuck him on that pump handle. Richards breaks up the pin, and Donnie is making eyes for Richards again.
He's got nowhere to go.
He caught him. No, Miller's up. He did not catch Richards. Good Lord, they're working together so well as a team.
They're a lot like the Aftermath. They're able to always get the numbers advantage.
Whoa. Oh, God, big clothesline. Arik Royal just sends Richards face first into the top turnbuckle. Donnie has got Miller compromised in the far corner. Arik is unloading on Richards. Donnie is unloading on Miller.
What do we got? Whoa.
Big boot got nothing. Richards avoids it again. Oh, European uppercut.
Cleaned his clock.
Richards is running a marathon here. Duck of the line.
Sick kick.
Oh, God, sick kick. Absolutely just wiped Richards out, and they beat him. Arik Royal and Donnie Dollars have won it. The look of satisfaction is on the face of Donnie Dollars, but he's not paying attention.
Now Miller hasn't stopped fighting.
Miller is on top of Royal here. Oh, God, he's going for that Miller's best DDT. That DDT has put so many people down on the shelf. Oh, God!
Ladies and gentlemen, your winners by pinfall, 14 minutes, 57 seconds, Donnie Dollars and Arik Royal!
Incredible main event matchup here at No Excuses. Donnie Dollars gets a measure of revenge on the men that have tormented him for weeks upon weeks with help from the Mid-Atlantic heavyweight champion. What an aggressive, violent main event matchup we have seen tonight.
And it was just a frantic fight. It was not a wrestling match at all.
First and foremost, let's give it up for Donnie Dollars. Donnie, you extracted a small amount of revenge. I know you still got some unfinished business with them, but you're gonna get your hands on them one day. I promise you that, buddy. But on to a serious matter, another serious matter. 2 weeks from today, August 3rd, begins the three-peat, the quest for the three-peat for the Johnny Weaver Cup. And Trevor, Roy, I saw you guys tonight, but let me tell you guys something. There is nothing and there is nobody that's going to stop me from making history again this year as I become the first Mid-Atlantic heavyweight champion to win the Weaver Cup. August 17th, the coronation begins.
Arik Arik Royal is focused heading into the Weaver Cup tournament. Thank you so much for joining us. Keep up with all the upcoming event dates at CWF247.com. Thank you so much. We will see you at Can't Hardly Wait.